Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of my Manchester United career on FIFA 15. Now, before I get into talking about what's happened recently in this career mode save, I just want to clear up a few things. In the next couple of episodes, don't worry, Angel Di Maria and Ronaldo will be switched around, so Di Maria will be playing on the right, whereas Ronaldo will be on the left. And also, I will be switching Di Maria's number to 22. I know a lot of you guys have been saying, oh, you need to switch it to 22, which was his number at Real Madrid. So, you're going to see that happen in the next episode. Got to keep in mind that because I'm doing post-commentary at the moment for these episodes, which means that the gameplay is pre-recorded, and I normally go on a gaming session of like an hour to two just playing FIFA if I'm really feeling in the mood. I have thought about switching back to live commentary, because I did that throughout the whole of my first season and you guys seem to like that. So when I kind of get up to date with the pre-recorded videos, I'll be switching back to live com. So you guys have got that to look forward to. So hopefully with all that kind of cleared up now, what has been happening recently in this career mode save with Manchester United? Well, United had the journey to the San Siro in Milan to play AC Milan in the 5th game of the Champions League group stage. The previous result against Milan back at Old Trafford earlier this season, which ended with United coming out on top with a 2-0 win. Now, a win for United at the San Siro would automatically put them through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. We came very close to opening up the scoring with efforts from Wayne Rooney and Falcao, but we just weren't good enough in front of goal for the first 20 minutes or so. But everything changed as Radamel Falcao turned himself around Alex, former PSG player, ran the ball into the box, and it was kind of a difficult angle, but yet he still managed to find the back of the net, making it 1-0 to United. Again, just like that first fixture against Milan back at Old Trafford, I was really looking forward to this because Milan are very similar to United in their current situation, switching between managers and not being as successful as they would like to be, as they have been in the past in their respected leagues. And it was always going to be an interesting game for me, something to enjoy as well, and I was hoping that I was going to get one of those games. And I suppose you could count this game as being one of those games, as AC Milan got the equaliser as soon as the game had restarted for the second half. It came from a corner and it was off the head of Jeremy Menez, former PSG player, that found the top left hand corner, and not long after that AC Milan were in the lead. United's back four were really letting down the side. I was letting down the side because in the first half it was so promising for United. We had a comfortable 1-0 lead over them going into the second half, but AC Milan were just fantastic in the second half. They turned up the heat and we had to find a way to respond. Now, Di Maria, who took the ball down the left side, won a free kick, but before that could be taken, Milan made a sub, I made a sub. I took Ander Herrera off for Nane, hoping to bring pace to the game, and we needed a perfect delivery from Di Maria, and that's exactly what he produced. He found the head perfectly of Radamel Falcao, who put Manchester United back on level terms with AC Milan. It was game on, thanks to the hitman. I find it so incredible that Falcao, you know, he's not the tallest guy on the pitch, but whenever he's in the box, whenever a ball is delivered, he always seems to find himself on the end of it. It's fantastic to see. With just over 10 minutes to go of the game, Michael Carrick picked out Di Maria, who was onside. He laid off Radamel Falcao, and Falcao grabbed his hat-trick of the game. A good goal as well to round off a fantastic performance from him. And Manchester United found themselves in the lead with just over 10 minutes to go of the game. Could we hold on to it and grab those 3 points, 3 crucial points, which would see United advance through automatically to the knockout stages of the Champions League? It's our return to the competition this season, and I think we're doing pretty well so far. But there was still enough time in this game, so I had to keep my concentration and hold on to this lead against AC Milan. De Chilio, who was working down the left-hand side, whipped in the ball, trying to pick out anyone on his team that could possibly turn it into the back of the net, but there was no one. We managed to defend it nicely. The 90th minute had come and gone, and at this point I was thinking, why isn't the ref blowing the whistle? Come on, surely the game should be over now. And then I realised, oh, the ref's working for Milan, isn't he? As Bonaventura turned the ball into the back of the net, grabbing that equaliser, stealing all 3 points from Manchester United. We certainly could have done better there, but the passing was just superb, Milan, and they really worked their way around our back four nicely. They exploited us because we were looking weak. We were weak at the back, and that really cost us that game. So it all comes down to the very last day of the Champions League group stage, and you guys will be able to see that in the next episode. Back from the trip to Milan, Manchester United had to take on Aston Villa next in the Premier League at Villa Park, and there were quite a few changes to the team. Cleverly and Fletcher occupied central midfield. Ronaldo was able to play along with Januzaj. Now, I did start Januzaj in this game because he had such a tremendous game against Villa in this previous fixture last season, where we absolutely thrashed them 5-0. He even got on the score sheet in the process. So I was kind of hoping more of the same from him this season against Villa. But 28 minutes gone, Chris Smalling had conceded a penalty, a silly penalty. After it was a reckless challenge really from Chris Smalling. What was I thinking just looking at that? Just going in, studs showing and everything. Sanchez going to ground. Disappointing really. And Chris Smalling got off very lightly. He didn't even receive a yellow card for that. You know, the ref could have sent him off as easy as anything, but he decided to keep him on and just give Villa the penalty. Drennan stepped up to take it for Villa, and he missed it. United was still in the game with 11 men, so that was an absolute bonus going into the second half. We had a fantastic opportunity to get in the lead against Villa as soon as the game had restarted for the second half. With a free kick from Ronaldo, 36 yards out. Would he score it? No, he didn't, but he came so damn close. As I mentioned before, one of these days, Ronaldo is going to score an absolute belter of a free kick in this career mode save. I could just feel it. He's just getting closer and closer with each free kick. One of these days. Now at times, United, we had our backs to the wall against Aston Villa. I think after they missed that penalty in the first half, it really drove them on. It gave them something to work towards to get that opening goal against United. It was there for the taking. As United, it was a very dumbed down performance from myself, and it just wasn't the best. And Ronaldo had probably one of the better chances in this game, as you just saw there with a finesse shot. Just couldn't curl it around Guzan to find the back of the net. But we didn't give up. Ronaldo had another chance here with another finesse shot. This time he did curl it around Guzan, but it was the post this time that stopped him from getting that goal. And Zogbia went down outside the box. The referee allowed play to go on, allowing Delph to have a free shot on goal. He did, trying to seek out that top right hand corner, but De Gea stopped him in his tracks and kept the game at 0-0. Round about the 75th minute, Nani came on to replace Januzaj, and he was dropped straight into the action, whipping the ball in, trying to find Mata. He did, and Mata hit the ball on the volley, and Guzan was just sensational for Villa in this game. And so United were denied 3 points at Villa Park. Our next game and last game of this episode was in the Capital One Cup against Manchester City. Yes, the Manchester derby in the Capital One Cup. Win this and we're through to the semi-finals. You can see that Swansea are through to the semis. So are Arsenal. And there was only Southampton and Chelsea and United and City yet to play. Now, normally in the Capital One Cup, I put out my youngsters and go for maybe a different formation, but because it's the Manchester derby, you've got to go all out, so I had my top team in there. So Rooney was starting, Falcao, Di Maria, Ronaldo, Herrera, Michael Carrick, Raphael, Jones, Marquinhos, De Gea in goal. And Pellegrini also adopted that way of thinking, so he had his best team out on that pitch at Old Trafford. So you had Joe Hart starting, Zabaleta, Mangala, Kompany, Yaya Toure, Fernandinho, Navas, Nasri, Jovetic and Negredo up front with the classic 4-4-2, whilst Aguero would start the game on the bench. And I thought this was interesting, kind of a different shot of Old Trafford on FIFA 15. Never really seen this camera angle before. I thought I'd put it into the video here, but Falcao was ready for the game. Could we find ourselves into the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup? This time last season, we lost against Sunderland and got knocked out in the quarters, so if we could beat Man City, we would be heading through to the semis. That would be fantastic as well, getting one over on the neighbours. Negredo, back from his loan at Valencia from last season, ran the ball into the box, whipped it in, and found the head of Jovetic. Pellegrini would be very happy with the way those two were playing alongside each other, and you'll see here on the replay now, look at Raphael, he's got an eye on Jovetic, then he loses him, and that allows Jovetic the time to line up his header. He even had time to bring it down to his feet and maybe just slot it past De Gea. Come the second half, it was time for United to fight back. No way was it acceptable for United to lose against City at Old Trafford. I know it's the Capital One Cup, but really we should be winning this game. Falcao thread the ball through to Ronaldo, who whipped it in, found the head of Di Maria, who knocked it back into the centre of the penalty area, and it'd be Rooney knocking it past Joe Hart, making it 1-1. It was a simple finish, but very effective, as it would push the momentum towards Manchester United. The crowd were buzzing. Cristiano Ronaldo had a shot of his own, struck it right at the midsection of Joe Hart, who saved that with ease. Jesse Lingard, who came on to replace Ander Herrera, fed the ball through to Wayne Rooney, and instead of Rooney passing the ball back to Lingard, who was just about to create space for himself, he went for all the glory and found the back of the net, putting United into the lead for the first time in this game. So close to the end as well, and so close to booking our place in the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup, but there was still time for City to try and get back in this game. They were all out attack, they were throwing absolutely everyone forwards, even their centre-halves joining the attack, but Manchester United did have one final chance on goal to wrap up the game, but Van Persie couldn't do that. But we held out and we won 2-1, so guys, we are into the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup. Who we're going to be drawn against, you'll see in the next couple of episodes. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you've all enjoyed. I'll see you all very soon for the next one. Thanks for watching.